one of the reasons why we don't do the drills in the beginning with some people, like you, we don't do the drills because you understand the principles already. So learning the drills is actually difficult, even now, because I have to keep reminding you of the principles. So if we do the drill, and so many people do push hands, and they're just going in a circle. And they're not doing Tai Chi at all. They're just, oh, I'm doing push hands. No, you're not, really. So if you don't have that understanding of the engagement, and so there, that's too hard, too distal. Come forward. Engage me with the ground. Better. Better. Okay, good. Now if I go distal, no. See, now that's it. You have to continue there. There, you just did it. So that's the drill. Okay, so that's this part of the drill. So I go here, I'm here, I'm here. There's distal pressure. Let it go, and come into it. There, now you're engaging with the ground. So any pressure I apply to you either meets nothing or the earth. Okay. There. And if it meets the earth, then you roll until it's nothing again.
Right. Okay.
And that's where you get that centripetal point rather than a surface area, and you overwhelm me with infinite pressure per square inch versus diffuse pressure. That's it. There you go. So by letting go of that distal pressure, you're always able to maintain a single point. That's the surface area, so that's the tension. Go back to that point. More point, more smaller space, smaller surface area until it's a single point, not any measurable surface area. There you go. That's it. And if I recognize that angle, if I'm right, then I'll turn.
Right.
And now you're going down my arm, thank you very much. And so you have to find your way to get me onto your arm, onto your feet. And then I turn until I get you on my feet. So now you can push all you want. Push. Try pushing me over.
I wouldn't try to push you over.
There you go. Clever. So you're pushing over there. Try pushing my center.
Why would I want to push your center?
Because it's the thing in the middle. So the thing is, you want to control my center.
Yeah.
But you want to control it by making it part of your center. That's why we have that centripetal engagement. So if I am an extension of your center, it's just like I'm a sword you're waving around. I'm just an extension of your center. Right. But as soon as you have that distal pressure, and I'm centripetal, now you're now you're part of my center.
Right.
And I can move you. So the change goes from here to there. That's it. So in one case, I'm on your center, I'm in your feet. And the other, you're on my feet.
Right.
And you know enough not to push.
Right.
So.
But I get it. I get it. So
this circle is learning how to maintain those principles that we've already mastered while going through a particular range of motion.
Okay.
So you want to maintain that method throughout this range of motion. Now I've lost, there you go. There. So this becomes a fixed pattern, and we will stay on this very restricted route. Stay on this road. Like that. And you maintain that engagement. Also, all the way through this range of motion, you are still, there you go. And we have 36 single-handed push hands techniques.
Oh, okay.
And then we have the forehand techniques. Tai Chi, never be bored again. But the key is to be practicing the method within that technique.
Okay. So when we're coming this way, I can start to feel your center. I can feel now that I'm pushing on your center.
Now you're distal.
I thought, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you were pushing on my center. Okay? Now you're not.
No.
Okay? So you have to find my center again. And the only way to get there, if I'm doing my job, is for you to go up my arm into my center. And then I turn there. That's better.
Okay.
Yeah. But if I go a little farther, then you may go back and resist against it. So the danger is that I will make a mistake, and then you counter with a mistake of your own.
Okay.
So I start pushing distally, and you say, oh, wait, I'm not ready to go there yet, and you start resisting. distally. So my mistake creates your mistake, and the two of us are, then if we're doing that, then whoever is bigger and stronger wins.
Okay. So when you're going this way, and if you go distal, then I should just move in.
That's right. And my counter is to stop going distal.
Right. So my mistake is I'm thinking, oh, we have to complete the circle. Mm-hmm. But you've changed in the middle.
Right.
By going distal.
By going distal. So I've made the mistake. Mm-hmm. So it's a balancing act now. For us to stay on the road, we have to stay on it together. When one of us makes a mistake, the tendency is for the other person to make a mistake. So this is the challenge in this drill, is that people think that the drill is, as long as you're going in a circle, the drill is correct no matter what. But in fact, if I'm making you go in a circle and you're resisting going in a circle, then we're not really doing the drill.
Right. And so my commitment has to be, well, we're coming back to it again, my commitment has to be to being in the moment, because if you make a mistake, there's no point in me making a mistake. Then if you make a mistake, the drill changes.
Right. And you just, if I start pushing over there, you let me go and go in like that. Mm-hmm. And that reminds me that, now it's time to come back to the middle again. Right. So if you are pushing over there, I can do that. Mm-hmm. And then you have to change to a different shape in order to preserve the method.
Oh.
Okay, so this is the key, right? This is the purpose of this drill. Mm-hmm. That if we do the drill, the idea is to be able to go in a fixed pattern and maintain the method and not have to change to another technique, another method. Mm-hmm. So the two of us together have to stay in that line. And when we do that, we're refining our understanding of the method within that range of motion. And we end up expanding the potential for techniques to happen. We open more doors.
Okay. So the idea of the bag of marbles, right? Mm-hmm. If you have a bag of marbles and you squish them around, all the marbles move. Moves one marble, all the marbles move. Mm-hmm. If two marbles are stuck, then all the other marbles have to move around those marbles. Mm-hmm. And that makes it bad.
Right.
Very, very bad.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So when you talk about changing shape, if it's all a bag of marbles, no matter what you do, I should be able to the marbles should change. I don't have to do anything.
Right.
If I'm light and loose and free enough.
Exactly.
If I get tense, then marbles are sticking. And then when you do something, I have to move around those marbles.
Right.
Instead of just becoming that next shape.
Exactly. Okay. So doing this fixed pattern is really an advanced understanding of the method, because now this is showing you where the marbles are stuck. So if you can't do this pattern and maintain the principle, then two of those marbles are stuck together. But if you can maintain the principles and continue this shape, continue moving in this range, then the marbles are loose. So there, the marbles got stuck. So relax, let it continue the shape. So if you have to make a choice between preserving the method or preserving the technique, we choose method in a real engagement, because the method will work when the technique fails. However, in practice, we want to expand our ability to manifest that method by sticking to the technique. So the technique and the shape, we have to do the shape in a particular way. It's like figure skaters doing figures. Yeah. Now it's not part of competitions anymore in the Olympics, I don't think. People have never seen figures. People watch figure skating for years and they've never actually seen people do the figures. And yeah. Right. So they're missing the art, and that's with Tai Chi. People have been doing Tai Chi for years, and they've never actually done anything to do with yin and yang. So there. But if you watch the figures, it's amazing. Eh? They're drawing these lines, and they're these perfect shapes, and the skate goes around on the same line. I remember watching a truck driver drive a slalom course. And in the video, and then he backed up and his tires followed the same tracks on the way back that they followed on the way out, which I think is impossible, but we can sort of fudge the technique by, if their marbles are stuck together, we can somehow find a way to get there. But if all the marbles are loose and still contained within that bag of fascia, then you have this contiguous fractal matrix of collagen fibers.
Too good a phrase.
Or as they say in the classics, one continuous unbroken flow of chi. See that? See how you're hanging?
Yes.
Right? So I was pushing your whole body with this. Shouldn't have been able to do that. But so here you push my hand that way, you're moving the whole body.
Right.
Whereas now,
Yeah.
that's it. So I have that connection to the ground, but I still have that fluidity and the ability to change. Yeah. So once you learn 100 techniques, the key is to be able to see all of the doors open at once. And when you get to that point, then you can be like one of those judo guys who says, okay, I'm going to do this technique, and you stop me. And he goes to one black belt after another and does the same technique, basic technique. Everybody knows the technique, everybody knows the counter. And he just goes down the line and throws them one after the other. Are you ready? Yes. And don't let me throw you. And he throws them. And the guy stands up and says, I don't know what happened. Right? Goes to the next guy. And so that is not just about technique, that's about method. And the harmony of method and technique. We've got about 300 and some what we call literal techniques. But if you don't have the method, then anybody with any skill, the doors are going to be closed. You won't be able to apply any of them. But if you have the method, then almost all of the techniques will be open all the time.
It's like the doors are, if all I'm doing is feeling where your center is, no matter what you're doing, then the doors are always open.
Right.
Every door is open all the time. Because no matter what you do, there's a
yeah.
Okay.
It's just, and some techniques will be more open, some doors will be more open than others, right? But they won't be locked.
Yeah.
Right? So but as soon as you say, okay, there's the technique, I'm going towards that, then the person sees you and they close that door.
Right.
Right? So as soon as you see a technique and you go to do that, the person sees you going for that door and they slam that door in your face.
Right.
So you have to go for that door and then jump into this one.
Right.
Right. So they've closed that door, but that one's open. And in some cases, it's like you have two doorways, one door, and the door can either close this one or that one. Right? And if you have doing Tai Chi, it's like you have a sliding door where you can follow the person side to side. If you don't, then you're doing a technique, then you can only close one door or the other door. Right. And then you have to unlatch it in order to go over and stop the other one. So if I go here to do that, then you close the doors, and you just close two doors. Okay? So I go to attack, and there you've just closed three. So this is, you're just sort of moving the shields around. So you have movable, flexible shields that change and adapt as it goes on, and one morphs into the other as the technique changes. So that's what we call sticking and following in a circle. Right? So if I go there and I've changed my mind, you've changed your mind with me. Right? So I go high, I go low, then you've countered, then you're intercepting here and countering there. I don't know what this looks like on camera. I remember seeing the demonstration and going, you really can't see anything, can you? All the stuff we're doing, nobody sees what's going on.
I think it could be because it's internal.